welcome back to our channel. We are going to do a video today. What are we going to do?
So we're going to ask each other questions that we wrote ahead of time, but we don't know yet. And
we did look at a couple of them because we weren't sure. You want to see a question ahead so that you can prepare a good answer, but I like the spontaneity of not knowing the question. So I think we've both seen a couple of our questions. We've both got 10, right?
Yeah, they're not heavy questions or anything.
No. I'm not about some heavy questions.
Yeah.
But y'all, look, I had done 52 questions to ask my mama, and she passed away before I could ask her. So, yeah. So we thought we would play around with these questions. We've seen it done before. This is nothing new. But you want to start, or do you want me to?
Sure.
Okay.
So my first question, if you could go back to any decade for just one day, which would it be and why?
The 80s, duh. Because they're the best. The 80s were the best, you know. Of course, I didn't have good sense back then, so that probably wouldn't be a smart thing. But if I could go back with the sense I have now, I'd be dangerous.
Wouldn't we all?
Clay's laughing over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true, though.
That one I did not know. I had not heard that question.
Yeah, because I see
you
it,
missed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and start with the ones you'll know this one because this
is
is one of the ones I asked you. What's the next place you would like to travel to?
I want to go to Seattle. I want to go see the
She's
Space
been
Needle.
once already.
I've been once, and after living in Denver long enough, Denver feels small, and if I go back to another city, I want it to be a bigger one, and I'll probably be Seattle. So my next question.
Y'all, in this camera, I can see all these old lady marks. I don't know if you're, I don't know in the editing if it kind of, they smooth out or whatever, but oh my God, that's all I can see is these old lady marks. That's gross.
So what is a Southern tradition or saying that you absolutely love and want to make sure never fades away? A Southern tradition or something like that. Something just special to the South. That you may have grew up with.
This is going to sound really weird. I really like the yes ma'am and no ma'am thing. And even as somebody my age, I still prefer to use that. Even when I'm talking to somebody younger than me. And I've noticed so many young people get offended by that. Like if I say yes ma'am, they're like, ma'am. It's just a respect thing. I'm not trying to call you old because God knows I'm old as hell. But yeah, it's just a respect thing. I really like that, and I don't know that y'all use that though.
We try not to use gendered language. I mean, that's all. That's the only reason why I think some people, and it's not everybody that's young. It's just certain young people are trying to get away from that.
As a whole, everybody.
Anybody that calls themselves progressive or anything like that. I don't care.
Well, I do call myself progressive, but I'm still going to say yes ma'am, no ma'am.
And that's a Southern thing.
Yes sir. Right, that's what I'm saying. It's a Southern thing that, we never called, I didn't say, my best, growing up, my best friend's mama's name was Johnette. I would have never in my life thought about calling her Johnette. We would say Miss Johnette. We didn't call her by her last name, but because it was a familiar thing. You were closer to her than just a random person. So we would use her first name, but it had to have Miss with, or like a man had to have Mr. with it, but you could use their first name. You didn't have to use their last name, but yeah. So y'all are not, you're getting and I did, like I said, I think young people now don't appreciate it like we do. Because I haven't grown up with it, but you're saying it's for a gender thing, it's because of the gender thing.
I think,
and not like the respect thing.
I would say one group embraces it for the wrong reasons, and one group kind of turns it down for the wrong reason.
What's the wrong reason? Do you want to have this question, or do you want to leave this part out? Okay. What is the wrong reasons? I think this will be something people can enjoy, hearing our banter, because this is new to me. We have not had this discussion.
I can tell the look on your face. You're like, what?
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that to be the answer.
Yeah.
But why? Who's using it in a negative way, or not? Whatever you say, I can't remember.
I think people that want to hurt my feelings in particular do it. They'll call me sir. They insist on calling me sir, and that, I don't like it. I don't care. I'm a free speech absolutist. I would never tell someone what they can and can't say. But I do appreciate anyone who does try to get away from gendered language.
But you really appreciate when somebody says ma'am.
Well, yeah, because it's like it's two possible scenarios there. They either think I am a female, or they think they at least respect my gender identity. So
And I think this is just my personal opinion, but you know, being in the, you know, deep South, Bible Belt, you tend to keep a foot in both worlds. You don't dress like as feminine as you do sometimes. And, you know, so I think you maybe confuse people sometimes when they look at you, they're like, I'm not really sure, you know.
Yeah.
And so they revert to the sir thing, you know, just because they don't know.
I get that, but at the same time,
You do that out of safety. I understand that. Like you don't go full female here because you do feel.
and I haven't been on hormones like for years straight, so I am a male body. So how
Yeah.
could they not think I'm a male?
Well, when she went to the endocrinologist in Dallas, she thought she'd already been on hormones, and she had not. So I think she's kind of ahead of the game. She doesn't necessarily think that, but I think she's ahead of the game in the looks, you know, area. So
Well, thank you.
anyway, okay, is it my turn or your turn?
Yeah,
I think it's my turn.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, if you could meet a famous person, who would that be? Any, dead or alive?
Bach, Johann Sebastian Bach.
I could have guessed that.
Yeah, I study him. I've studied him for 25 years. I play him on 3 different instruments, and he's by far the best ever. He dwarfs everything before and after that came from him.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Now, she's not heard any more of my questions, so everything else will be new to her from here.
and same for her. What was your favorite thing to do for fun before cell phones and the internet?
Oh, dear. This is kind of embarrassing. We all got together with my husband's family, and we played chicken foot dominoes. We love that.
I remember that as a kid because I kind of remember a little bit of the time before there was phones and internet, and we did play a lot of board games.
Yeah, we
Seems like
played
there was-
cards and dominoes.
And there was a lot more family get-togethers and stuff than there is now.
Well, I think part of that now is that we've all, like our kids all got, we were real busy with the kids, and we all kind of went our separate ways with that.
Yeah.
And, you know, your lives just take you other places, you know,
Yeah.
and we've been guilty of not coming back together as a family like we should have.
Yeah, I think the whole country is kind of dealing with that
Yeah.
dynamic. Everybody is using social media kind of as like a replacement for any kind of community whatsoever.
Yeah.
You have
I
your
agree.
job and then social media.
I'm 1000% guilty. I live in my phone. My friends are in my phone. Y'all are in my phone.
Yeah,
so.
mine too.
Okay. What's something you believed as a kid that you realized was wrong as an adult? I think I did ask you this one yesterday, but I don't know if you thought about it.
Probably a lot of misogynistic stuff that I didn't realize was misogynistic, and it actually was. I can't think of anything in particular right off the bat. I guess this will be a point where you have to edit,
So that's okay.
but
You can think about it for a while if you want to.
something that I accepted as a kid in particular, obviously religion. There was a lot of stuff I took from religion that I took to heart, but it was wrong. I shouldn't have. And ironically, I still am spiritual now, but I'm not religious. I don't have a religion or anything, but I definitely believe in God.
Well, I am going to add something here. I think we allowed somebody in our lives, I'm going to say this name, but I'm going to cut it out,
Oh, yeah.
that I wish I hadn't, you know, because I think well, I don't really want
He
to
was
say he or she.
detrimental.
Yeah, his beliefs I don't share. He's not. He wasn't genuine with his
He's a
beliefs.
bigot, and he uses a false understanding of his religion to push down on others, you know, keep others down.
Yeah.
And that's not what religion. That's not even what Christianity is about in particular.
And they had started a little church of their own, and we had gone to that a few times, and Nicole is who told me that they were literally talking about people by name, like talking negative about people in their Sunday school. And yeah, I was like, oh, that's not right.
Yeah.
I mean, she can teach you all a lesson, but to be calling people out by name, that's not right. I'll just say I wish I hadn't let him in our lives like I did with the religion thing.
It was a job for him. He did not have it. He didn't take it spiritual. He did not consider it to be.
Well, his beliefs are not. I don't share his beliefs.
I would almost say he has political beliefs wrapped in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
They're not really spiritual beliefs.
Yeah.
So, my next question: what's the most memorable meal or dish you've ever cooked? What's your favorite dish to cook? I guess.
Well, it would be different, like mine and like what's y'all's as a family.
I'm just talking about yours.
Me,
just you.
Y'all, if I could eat. Right now it's a burrito bowl. I am in love with a burrito bowl. But for the whole of my life, do y'all know what dirty rice is? You know, it's like onions and bell peppers and, you know, all that kind of stuff and rice, and you brown it in a skillet and you put that in with some chicken. That dirty rice with a chicken breast and grapes together, that is fabulous. I love that. I've always loved that. So that would be my favorite.
Interesting.
But that's not my family's favorite. They don't like that.
It's okay. It's a pretty good staple. But yeah, it's kind of bland, in my opinion.
Yeah.
A bit bland.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's
it's chicken and rice.
Right.
I mean, you know. But,
it's clean and it's healthy.
Yeah. And the black grapes with it. Oh, y'all, it's just so good. Try it.
She puts grapes on a lot of stuff. She puts grapes in tuna fish.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I think I make the best tuna fish. And I got the idea from a lady I used to work with, and I never thought about it. She used cream cheese instead of mayo, and y'all, it's so good. It is so good, yeah.
It's amazing.
Makes it real gourmet seeming instead of like just tuna fish.
Yeah, mayonnaise is like almost greasy, and then like when you use
it's just eggs and oil.
Cheese, it's just like she said, gourmet.
Yeah, it takes it up a couple levels.
When she makes crepes, she uses caviar.
Yeah, we like that. Crepes. Ever since we tried it in a video, we're just like, oh, that's really good.
It's really good.
A crepe and some sour cream and a little caviar.
If you like sushi, you probably would like caviar.
Yeah, it's fishy, y'all. I got a little baby here in my lap. She's got a little shirt on because, you know, we're still dealing with the itchy thing because I can't seem to not let her have a treat every now and then that, you know, sets her off. But okay, my next question is very easy. What's your favorite color?
Well, it would probably be black. If clothes, we're talking about like my style.
I'd have never guessed that. A long time ago, yes, I knew that was because although the room's not still that color,
I guess you're right.
She painted her room black.
I had a black room.
Yeah, I just said pink.
It is. I do like pink. But anything goes with black, and so
I'd say black's my favorite clothes. You know, like if I was gonna wear like anything, it'd be black.
Because it's really elegant. I think black is always elegant. Pink is...
And it's easy, you know, you can just, you know...
It'll match with anything.
Yeah.
Except brown.
Well, in some cases, it's cute with brown, too. Depending on how you do it.
You can, yeah. It's possible. So, my next question. What's one thing you know now that you wish you had known when you were my age at 37?
Probably to chill out. It's not all that serious. Chill out, and you're not always like, I was very guilty of, I wanted my kids raised my way, and I didn't let their daddy share in doing like the minding and stuff because I wanted everything done my way. Well, that's not necessarily right. I mean, my way is not the only right way. So
I feel like I think everybody needed to chill out back then. You were more chill than everybody else was back then, though. I will say that as a consolation. I think everybody else was wound up much tighter than you were. You were a lot more lenient and also more advanced, like progressively, in your thought processes than everyone else around here. Yeah. So, because you did not. We were offered Christianity and we learned about it a little bit, but you didn't force us to go to church. And, you're gonna go to hell if you don't. You're at a threat. You're gonna go to hell. You didn't do that.
Well, I hated that as a kid. My mom they took us to the church in town, and I do not like to get hollered at, and every Sunday he'd be hollering at you, and I just didn't like it like that, and so I didn't want my kids exposed to it like that.
And I'm greatly appreciative that you didn't do that.
Good.
Because, yeah.
Yeah, because I can imagine. I mean, I know because I lived it, and I didn't like it, so. All right, mine is, what's one thing you would do different, just in life general?
I would have listened to you about medicine earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I've only in the past month or two have I ever had a medicine that helped me as much as Lexapro has.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I tried Prozac first, and
Mm-hmm.
and then Zoloft, side effects kind of outweighed the good with Lexapro.
And I never wanted to push it because I know it causes, for some people, suicidal thoughts, and that's the last thing we needed.
Abilify is one I also can't
she's
deal with.
she's done Lexapro, and then she also gave her Abilify to add into that, and we've added it twice now.
2 different times, and that's
and both times it's given her suicidal thoughts. So we had to stop that
scary.
one. So yeah,
it's like
so that's why I never
up.
pushed it before, because I was just going to make a bigger problem for us, to do that. But I knew she really needed something.
I didn't need. I may need a little more. Something else.
I do think we need to keep tweaking, like maybe with the anxiety / anger.
I have anger issues.
But I think also maybe if we up the testosterone blocker, you may get some help that way. We're going to talk to her and see what our next move should be. Because anything that they're going to give her medicine-wise is going to be very addictive, and we don't need that.
I don't want to do that. I don't want a controlled substance.
Yeah, because she's struggled with alcoholism, and she's doing great with that, and we want to stay on that road, doing good. So, yeah.
Hell yeah.
My turn, your turn. Oh, that was the one thing different you said.
Yeah,
okay.
so mine go. If you could have a do-over on one fashion trend from your past, what would it be and why? What's a fashion you look back on and you cringe?
Oh, that I cringe? Oh, I thought you said that I liked.
Or what says, if you could have a do-over on one fashion trend from your past, like if you could try again, like if you could relive that
like
time.
I could bring it to the present time. Is that what that would mean, or am I understanding it wrong? If you want to cringe, I'd have to think.
Well, no, I'm thinking like, is there something from the past that you look back and you're like, oh my god, why did I wear that? Or
why did I wear that?
Like there's stuff I look back on. That
definitely.
I mean, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. Gosh, I can't remember something that like, oh my god, why did I wear that? Mine would be, oh my god, why did I bleach my hair to like it looked like hay?
I've done that too.
It was so terrible. So, but clothes wise, I don't know what I wouldn't do again.
Bell bottoms, or would you bring them back?
I didn't really wear them.
No.
They were kind of a little bit before my time, and so I didn't ever really wear them. But something I would bring back, girls, if you know, Rocky Mountain jeans. Them some good looking jeans. They're amazing. They make you look amazing. So yeah, I'd bring that. Well, I mean, I wouldn't wear them now. For one, I like to breathe. They're too tight. I couldn't breathe in them.
Yeah.
But I loved those jeans.
Were they high rise?
Yeah, they were high waisted, no back pockets.
You know what they say about no back pockets?
I guess I don't.
I'm not gonna say.
I'll have to Google that when we get off of here. But no, those just made you look good. They just were cut in a way that just made you look really nice.
Cool. So,
all right. What is your favorite thing about yourself?
My independence. Well, maybe that's not even a good thing, but that's what I always like, that no one can tell me what to do. Like, if there's 50 people in a room that tell me quit doing that, I'm gonna do it twice as hard, and I'm gonna do it.
Including me. She did it with me.
Yeah.
She's like, you're not telling me what to do.
Almost like, yeah.
Even to this day, I catch myself, if I want you to do something, I don't tell you.
I know.
Because if
will.
I say, do da 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 da, you're going to not do it. I think you get that from your daddy, the oppositional defiance. And so yeah, it's like a game. I have to like not say it, but I think also that independence, has been good because you've traveled and done stuff that
I have not needed other people's validation to do anything, and so
Mhm.
I can do anything because I don't need anyone's validation.
Mhm.
So
Mhm. Yep.
yeah. So my next question: what's the funniest thing that's ever happened to you at a family gathering?
I
Like
think
a
I
family
know.
gathering.
Yeah, I'm sure you know the story when we rented the pontoon up on the lake.
Oh yeah.
And the ladder to get up on it and off of it was broken. Well, my sister-in-law at the time jumped off because she needed to go pee, and she couldn't get back on. And I was like, "Oh my God, just get up here!" Not understanding how hard it is to get out of the water up onto a boat. And so later on, I didn't need to, but me and the kids all jumped in to play, and I couldn't get back on that damn boat to save my life. We laughed so hard. I finally told them, "Shit, tie a rope on me and pull me back. I can't get up there." I had a brother on each hand, and they were trying to, pull me. We couldn't do it, y'all. I did end up getting back on it, but I don't remember how. But we laughed so hard, it was unreal.
I only barely remember that. I was probably 4 or 5.
No, you're older than that.
I was older than that?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
It was a long time
Well,
ago.
I say that.
I
Yeah, we
don't
probably
know.
hadn't moved out
I would
here yet,
guess I
have
hadn't
we?
been in. No, we definitely weren't. Because I wouldn't even think I was in kindergarten when that happened.
Oh, maybe
I
maybe we
was.
didn't have Clay at that time.
I
Now that I
know,
think about it.
I don't remember Clay being there.
Okay, yeah.
So I was very
Yeah.
young.
And that same night, my daddy was a real bad diabetic, and I had made a better than sex cake. If you're from the South, you know that cake is really good. Well, while we were off on the boat, he sat on the bank and ate like half of that cake. He puked and puked and puked. I mean, that's not funny, but my daddy pukes. Like, that's probably where I get my fear from. He sounds like a woman getting raped when he's puking. And so, like, it was nighttime, and he's out there starting to throw up, and you see people's lights starting to come on, going like, "Oh my God, do y'all hear that?" But it was him throwing up, it wasn't anything. So, yeah, that was a whole, like, mess.
Yeah.
All right. My next one is, do you want to learn a new instrument, and what would that be if you do?
Yes, I want to go with cello next. So I have found, in my opinion now, after playing guitar for 25 years, it's a fretted stringed instrument, and I have started playing violin for 3. I prefer a fretless fretboard. I don't think I'll ever go back to frets. I much prefer fretless, and the next one I'm going with is cello. So
Okay.
yeah. My next question. I'm gonna ask these. I asked you already last night, just as an example. But
I can't remember, but okay.
What's one piece of advice your own mother gave you that you still live by today?
Oh, we talked about this. My mama wasn't an advice giver.
She was an order giver.
Yeah. I couldn't think of one. I tried, and I just couldn't think of a piece of advice. I just couldn't think of one.
Yeah, she was mean. Her mama was very mean. I mean, there's no other way to say it. If you knew Barbara, she
Well, so there's going to be people that, maybe from home that won't think that, because, we get a different version of a person than the public gets,
Well, yeah. I'm not trying to slander Nana or anything, but I mean, at the same time, if she never even gave you one piece of advice, then
maybe she did, and I just don't remember it. I just don't remember any.
Yeah. Well, what's your next question?
Oh, I'm sorry. What is your favorite childhood memory?
My favorite childhood memory, dang, yeah, I had to think about that one. Probably, well, you're talking like childhood, or, because I would maybe say that high school trip to Colorado was probably my favorite childhood memory, but would you count 15 being childhood? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, we took a trip to Colorado when I was young. I was you know, probably like in high school. I had just got to high school.
I think we went a couple times when you were in high school.
Yeah, and I really loved it. Like, I ended up living there as an adult later, you know.
Yeah.
I think it made an impression on me to go out there and see all that, because we went out to Maryland and stuff. Now, maybe they're equal.
That was really nice too, though.
Yeah, I mean, we did a lot of traveling when I was a kid, and
Yeah.
I really appreciate all of it, getting out and
Yeah.
seeing the rest of the world. And but I think Colorado was the pinnacle, and I think it, to this day, still holds my, you know, favorite spot, or, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mark's your favorite spot.
Colorado trip as a kid, yeah.
Okay.
That would be my favorite childhood memory. And then on mine, what's the most mischievous thing you ever did as a child that your parents never found out about?
I told her this when she told me the question last night. One year, Mama was real big about, you know, her wrapping her presents beautifully and stuff, and so I went through, and the ones that had my name on them, I opened them and then wrapped them back up and didn't tell anybody. So, yeah, that's what I.
And Nana didn't notice? She didn't notice that the
No, I don't think
presents
so.
Who wrapped them, Nana or Pop?
You think Pop wrapped a present?
You wrapped all of them, I thought.
You think
No,
Pop wrapped
I
a
didn't.
present?
I didn't think that.
Shit, my daddy never bought a present, wrapped
Nana
a
was
present,
really good at wrapping
nothing.
stuff, though.
Yeah, she was. That's where I get it from, because, you know, she loved it so
She
much.
was very crafty
Mhm.
and artistic. She went to
Mhm.
art school. I
Yeah.
think she went to art school.
She got a degree. Like, her major was like childhood education, and her minor was art.
Yeah. She was really, I had her as a teacher, actually. She was my
Mhm.
second grade teacher. So I also kind of can see what you say when you said earlier, maybe other people don't think that. Because, yeah, as a grandmother, I don't like her. But as a teacher, she was one of the most, she definitely inspired me to learn about science as
Yeah.
a kid, because she
Yeah.
used to hang
So you
up.
can see how everybody got a different version
I
of her.
do. I can see that.
Yeah.
Like, she was an excellent
Yeah.
teacher. And it's so weird that I loved her as a student and hated her as a grandchild.
Well, don't say that.
Well,
You hate her.
I can't lie on national TV.
This is on national TV.
I know.
This is our little group of friends. But yeah.
So,
Okay.
well, yeah.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
Honestly, I couldn't really say this as a kid, but I really did want to be a housewife. Like, I knew what I wanted to be, but I knew it was going to be probably unlikely. And so, whenever I would try to think about what job I would have, I could really never come up with anything, because I did not see myself being a male working in the world and doing a man's job. I don't mind doing a man's job, but I don't, you know, I'm not a breadwinner of a home. I don't want a household and all that shit. So I never really could tell what I wanted to be when I grow up, because it's like, why? Like, and that's sadly why I was so apathetic, because I didn't care. There was nothing to be when I grew up, because I couldn't be what I wanted to be anyway. So what did it
And
matter?
I think you went through a period where you wanted to kind of be a teacher, you know.
Oh, yeah. And then you look at being transgender, it's like, well, I'm not going to put up with that much to be a teacher, so that's not going to be possible either. So, you know, housewife is really all I ever wanted to be, and still want to be.
Yeah.
I
Never
was
know.
one, and I kind of like, do I want that again? But I think if I had a more suited partner, it would be much more enjoyable and fulfilling. But it still was fulfilling, and I got a lot out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
My next question, I think this might be my last question.
Yeah, because I only have one more left.
Oh, let's see. What's your secret to staying joyful and positive through all life's ups and downs?
I don't know. She and I have had discussions at length about this. I am just wired to be happy. I don't know. I don't know that there is a trick to it, or I don't know. I just, some of us are wired happy and some of us are not.
The glass
you know?
is half full, or you're getting a whipping.
You think that's the way I was?
No, I'm joking.
No,
a
I just-
little. No.
Like I wanted, like I forced y'all. You think I would?
No, I'm joking.
No,
I'm
you
joking
can.
with you.
I don't want you to feel like you can't say that.
No, well,
If that's
I
how you
mean,
feel, that's how you feel.
I think every Southern mom was like that, though. Every
Like
mom in the
I
South
wanted
is
to
like,
force you to be
it's
happy.
gonna be good or else.
Well, not really. Maybe that was like I mean, I can think of like taking Christmas pictures. I'm like, damn it, let's be happy and take this picture.
I feel bad about all the pictures we messed up when we were growing up. We didn't understand what they meant to you. We didn't know it. We didn't get it.
Yeah.
And I feel bad.
Yeah. Because they were rough, y'all. Them kids.
We never did what she wanted.
Them kids was rough.
We hated taking pictures.
Because I was wired happy and Nicole was not wired happy.
I was not wired happy.
And
I struggle with that.
I think you, to this very day, struggle with it.
I do think, though, if I had been trans back then, if I could have just worn girl clothes and makeup, I would have loved pictures. You would have loved me. We would have taken so many pictures on.
I do love you.
Pageants. Well,
I even loved your little badass then.
Well, it's hard to love someone who's fucking it's hard to love someone who's miserable.
She was having a really hard time. Yeah, it was hard. I won't lie. It was hard for all of us.
The kind of miserable that you may not survive.
Yeah. All right. I have one left. What advice would you give your younger self? We may have already kind of touched on that. I can't remember.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, if I really wanted to give myself some valuable advice, I would say, I don't know. I think I'd say I wouldn't change anything. I think I had to make a lot of mistakes to get where I'm at now, and I don't think I could have told myself that would have made me miss any of the mistakes I had to go through. So if I would tell myself something, I would say, don't drink alcohol, or something like some obvious thing that really was detrimental to me back then. I would say, don't drink alcohol, don't get too political. I really kind of think politics also kind of played a negative aspect in a lot of people's lives our age, because it was important, but we also used it as an escape. And to look at politics every day is basically like doing drugs every day, because you're just avoiding your reality. Like, I don't know, don't do drugs or alcohol. That would be my advice to my younger self.
Yeah. All right, well, that was all of our questions, and that was just the ones we came up with. We were thinking maybe if y'all had some that you wanted to ask, by all means ask them. If not, I think we may do some different ones, like maybe choose a topic and ask questions along maybe one of those topics or something like that. But yeah, that's what we came up with for you today. I mean, I think this is very interesting because, we didn't probably answer the way each other thought maybe on some things.
Yeah, there was definitely some times when I was like, huh.
Yeah. And you get to, just like with the pink and black thing, I would have been like, hands down, it's pink. And she said black. So, yeah.
It's kind of like, do you like Victoria's Secret or do you like pink? I like Victoria's Secret because it's elegant, and I like black.
What? I don't get that.
Well,
oh, you mean because Victoria's Secret has the pink line?
Yeah, right,
okay.
right. Like, in my opinion, the dichotomy there, black and pink, is literally like Victoria's Secret and pink. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, no, I'm not a pink. I wear Victoria's Secret.
Yeah. Well, I think you had said the pink was the younger people.
Yeah, it's like their juniors
line. Okay.
Which is cool, but I'm older.
All right. Well, that is our video for this week, guys. We hope you've enjoyed sitting here having this little chit chat with us, and we will see you next week. Bye.